Hello my fine friends and welcome back. I have another tutorial by request today, and this one is White Mountain Varisite, and it is not a super well known stone, but it is really beautiful. Obviously mine is a little more color endowed than you might see if you Google images of it or anything else, but that's the way I like to do it. So let's jump into our tutorial. Okay, so it's a very light stone. So to get the idea of a very light stone, you need your shadows. Like, absolutely need them to help you build the depth that you want. So I have both light gray and dark gray, but this is cold gray number 2 and cold gray number 4 in polychromos. If you're following along, I'll do a little color swatch for you. Very light gray, if you can even see that. And it's kind of a medium gray. It's not even that dark, actually. But these are the two that I'm going to be using. So first, we want to work on our volume of the gem. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go around just at the edges and start making the edges go down and away from us. And anytime that happens, there's more shadow. And so that's what we're doing. And I've already picked that I want my light coming from over here, so this is going to be the brightest part of the stone. So the farther down we go, the bigger our shadow is going to get. And because this is so light, we're going to go pretty light with it, but pretty wide with our shadow. And use super light pressure, guys. You're going to need lots of layers on this to help get the effect that you want. So your shadow will be all the way around it, just like that. You can see I'm bringing it up pretty far, even up here, but that's because I really want to emphasize how light the stone is. And don't worry, you will see the depth of it more and the shape of it more as we continue with our shadows. Now, because there is gold veining in it, we're going to go ahead and do the veins next, because we don't want to mess those up by having too much gray underneath the gold parts. So grab your, let's see, I have a couple of different ones. Let's go with cream. We'll start with the light one. And figure out where you want your gold veins to be. And I just want like a couple little sections here. So like I want a little gold vein here. And I think like I want one coming down over here, like right at the edge. And then maybe one coming up over here. And maybe like one up here. It's just like a little one. Kind of odd placement, but that's okay. Alright, and to make our gold complete, let me go up here. This is the cream. And then I'm using dark Naples ochre, which is a very gold-esque tone. It's a very goldish yellow. More like a warm, like sunshine or sunflower type yellow. I just go in and work it like little tiny strokes around and through my cream to give it more depth. we're going to do the same with the other two gold colors, which are burnt ochre, which is basically tan. I'm kind of outlining this one a little bit with this. Just like that. Give it a little bit of a shadows in the gold feel. And I also have raw umber, which is more of a, almost like a greenish dirt color. I guess that's a good way to describe it. And again, I just kind of want to outline a little bit and then also go in it a little bit in different sections. Get some different tones in there for the gold, or the idea of gold. And you can go back and touch it up as you want to. I think I'm going to take this one and go out this way, because I'm going to grab your black. We're going to outline these, as well as make them into our cracks and our veins in the gem itself. Personally, I like doing this, and I like connecting them all. So I'm going to be connecting them at some point. When doing veins, I do like to make thicker and thinner strands in them, just to give it a more organic feel to it. And you can go back, of course, at any time and figure out if you like something, or if you don't, go back and fix it, or try it again and do it different on the next one, or however you want to do it. Like I said, this is just how I do it, so. And I find that it always helps to do it, like, as close to a reference picture or a tutorial the first time, and then figure out what you like about that, what you don't like about that, what you do want to do different with it, and then just go from there. I just want some other cracks out here. And I'm not using light pressure with my black. I'm pushing decent. I'm giving pretty good pressure, I would say. Like medium pressure. And then you can always come back and make it darker, of course, if you want. Or put more cracks in, or... I like the way that kind of looks, yeah. I'm a crack person. I like little veins and little cracks and like everything. Okay, so we have that. Now, what we're going to do is work a little bit more on our shadows. And so, I'll go ahead and take my black and just run it down here. I want a very, okay, go real light pressure with this. Very light shadow of black down here. I do not want it super dark. So if you're going to use your black here, which I am, you just want, like whisper shadow stuff. So we're about to grab our dark gray and use it. Okay. Oops. Forgot to tell you I was using black. And we're going back to our dark gray. Okay, so Gonna go over and blend, or make sure our black is blended in here. Just like that. And as we go around, can you kind of see the volume coming up on the stone? You're making it look more and more 3D, which is what we want. And light touch and circles or ovals or what have you. And you may not want to go like right over your gold, or you may want to. I don't know. It's kind of up to you. I've done over on some of it and under on some of it, so make sure to go around all the edges. Can you see that volume building? That's what we want. Do you like the hand movement? You have to do that with it. Just the volume. Yeah. Okay. I like the way that that's looking. Faux show. I'm kind of darkening it up here as we use a few more layers. Excuse me. I'm like coloring and not talking or explaining myself well enough. I'm going to go down here, use almost medium pressure to help get some of this a little bit darker. Okay, now here comes the fun part, the blue. Now, I have cobalt green, which is this one. It's like a seafoam aqua kind of color, and I really, really like it. We're going to use it in conjunction with our white. And what we're going to do is going to use it as lightly as possible, and we're going to outline all of our little veins, all the insides and everything else. And we're going to go as light, like I said, as possible with it, and then we're going to go over it with our white. Okay, so I may speed up some of the white just so that for time purposes, but we'll see. But you are just going to go kind of quick, just like little bits of it, because we are going to want to layer this. So just go over it. You're wanting the color to kind of like blush and spread over it, or give that look of very, very subtle color happening. And so you do not want to push, you do not want any harsh marks, none of it. So you want little circles, you want the lightest touch possible. Like, I mean, you want to be super, super careful with this first layer. If you have a hard time with being heavy-handed in your coloring or anything like that, put down a layer of white first and then go over it. It will help you to use less color on the paper, because it will already have some pigment on it, and so it will resist a little bit more pigment. Not a lot, but it will. And then blending, and then you would technically be blending it into white if you put down a white layer first, and so it would keep it lighter as well. Okay, so we just got that bloom of color. Alright, and now, so the way this is right here, I want to make that real smooth, so I'm going to grab my blending pencil. I have my little tiny, there it is, tiny, tiny blending pencil. And I want to try and make sure that this is not going to be a harsh edge for me. And blend it out a little bit. Might as well do the entire stone while I'm at it, right? Just in the bigger sections. I want to make sure it feels nice and smooth. Doesn't take that much. Okay, grab your white and go over your green. We're pretty good on time, so I'm not worried about it. I'm not using a lot of pressure. I would say like medium pressure with the white, because I'm wanting to really like push that white into my green to get that more glowy look or effect. Especially up here, because we're going to want to put our highlight up here. So what I'm seeing is that our light is getting more circulated here, and I want it to be up here more. So we're going to bring our shadow up a little bit farther. That's what I'm seeing. So that just means we're going to take our gray and just move our shadow up a little bit. That's our dark gray. Should probably be using our light gray. Because where your light is, whether it's the reflected light, whether it's the highlight, is all very key. And where your shadow is, of course, are key to making something that is two-dimensional look three-dimensional. And then just some gray for good measure. Alright, looking pretty good. Alright, so the closer you get to, I'm going to go in with our cobalt green again. And the closer you get to all of your little veins in here, you can put down a little bit more color. And just kind of build, see where you want it to go. Whether you want super amounts of color everywhere, whether you want it to be like very, very light touched. See, like up here, I want it to be pretty light. And then coming around and on the sides of this, I want more of the color. So, still using light pressure, and this is just another layer of color. And it doesn't have to be the same amount of color everywhere, like I said. Just kind of feel it out where you think it ought to be. I'm thinking more up here would be good, like even around here. And that is how we do it, y'all. So, see this? I know you guys may not be able to see it, but I see like a little bit of graininess like right here. So I'm going to take my white and see if I can just blend some of that out. I'm very picky when it comes to my gems. But, perfectionist me, what can I do? Alright. I like that. What I do want to do is probably bring maybe just a tiny bit more gray around the edges over here. I just really love that volume. The higher your contrast is on with shadows and highlights and stuff like that, the better your illusion is, basically. There we go. So that is our White Mountain Varisite. And the last thing to do would be, of course, to put on our highlight. Well, and for me, after this, I will be doing the setting around it. I'm going to go right over my gold and down around here. Remember, anytime you're doing a highlight, you're just wanting to follow the edge of your shape, which I'm honestly not doing that great a job of right now. I may have to redo this too, who knows? Nah, it's alright. I'll have to clean it up though, because it should be like that. Ugh. Oh, my highlight game. My highlight game is suffering today. Oh, man. And I just do these because there's other light sources. Where did my little blending pencil? Clean this up a little bit. So I clean up my highlights. Just go in and gently scrape away the part of the gel that I don't want. And there we go, my friends. So, I hope you liked it, and this was, again, a request from you guys, my dear Patreons. Clear. So if you guys have any more, I'm actually working on iridescent gems at the moment, like actual like round gems like this, and do them like sort of iridescent-esque. Whether that is actually one that will work out or not, I don't know yet, but we'll try it. So, there you go. That's White Mountain Varisite. I hope you like it, and I do want to see you try it, and I do want to see you do it. So, do it, tag me, and show everybody that they ought to get on Patreon and do awesome stuff like this too. Alright, see you guys next time. Bye.